back. A war of unruly sloganeering has erupted between the BJP and the TMC in poll-bound state of West Bengal. The slogan in question is the controversial Gaddaron ko goli maro slogan, which was first raised by the BJP and Minister Anurag Thakur during the 2020 Delhi polls campaign. Anurag Thakur didn't finish the sentence. He allowed his supporters to finish that sentence, and that was really his justification. But that very slogan has now popped up. It actually started in a TMC rally, reportedly, where in a TMC rally, similar slogans were chanted by the crowd and the local leaders who were present there, but that's not it. At another BJP rally as well, this took place today itself. So, really disgusting discourse of politics has already begun. We don't know what more is in store for us. But is this the kind of politicking that we actually want? Now, TMC says that they distanced themselves for the slogans that were actually made. They say that it's excessive and the party does not endorse this slogan. But obviously, it's not as if they're going to take any action against this. How is this going to stop? Let's ask the panelists who are joining us this evening. And I've got Sandeep Phookan, Deputy Editor of The Hindu, joining us this evening. Chandra Bose, Senior Leader of the BJP. And Riju Datta, member of the TMC, also with us this evening. Let me start off with Riju Datta first. Riju, is this really the kind of discourse we want in this election?
First of all, good evening, Tanvi. And, like you said in your introduction, that we do not need these kind of comments. We do not endorse them. The party does not endorse these kind of slogans. Neither we support it. And the people who have done it in the rally, just to clarify it a bit, they have been, scolded upon and they have been taken action against from the higher command internally, because we do not categorize violence. We do not want violence to be a part of our political agenda because we have never taken a violent side. And we are completely against communism and divisive politics. So that is our stand as a party. We work on development. Our political agenda and our political manifesto is development and good governance. So it is unfortunate that it is happening. But you also have to understand that with the upcoming Bengal polls, the election, it is a very electrifying elections and the emotions are running riot. So sometimes these stray comments happen. They cannot be condoned, but they can be controlled. And I'm sure we will control it from our end from happening in the future. But one thing, Tanvi, I will also say that this slogan, like you mentioned, was used by Anurag Thakur against CAA protesters. And when, youth cabinet ministers does such things, it has a trickling effect on the youngsters of our generation. And I think this negative discourse that BJP has set for the country should altogether be condemned as well.
Well, yes, but it's not just the BJP that we would have forgotten about it and moved on. It was almost a year since that comment until we actually heard it again in a TMC rally, and that obviously gave the booster to BJP to come back with it and add to it and go on sloganeering in their own rally. Mr. Phookan, is this just the beginning? Do the two parties know that the contest between them is going to be so close that they're going to be resorting to all kinds of tactics now to draw the crowds?
Hello. Tanvi, is the question for me?
No, actually, it was for Sandeep Phookan. I can see him. I'm not too sure if my audio is going to him.
Can you hear me? I couldn't hear you now. I mean, I can get your audio now.
Yes, Mr. Phookan, there is a long delay between my question and answer, but we're going to try and figure this out.
Audio problem, Tanvi.
My question to you was, Sandeep Phookan, do you think that the two parties, BJP and TMC, realize what a close contest it's going to be, which is why we should brace ourselves for the ugliest kind of politics to play out, including the sloganeering we saw today?
I think there's a technical issue. There's too much.
Yes, absolutely. I think, all these sharp comments or rather bitter attacks personal attacks, these are signs of desperation. Let's not forget that in the Bengal Assembly, the last time TMC had a near sweep, out of the 294 assembly seats, they had got more than 200 seats. But in the run up to the elections, we've seen some of their biggest names moving on and defecting to the BJP. And there will be a sense of desperation, I would imagine. Shubhendu Adhikari, for example, is a very powerful leader, and so much so that West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee actually had to announce that she's going to contest and take him on one-on-one from his seat. So when you have the Chief Minister taking on Shubhendu Adhikari, so it's quite understandable that lesser leaders will be perhaps very bitter and personal in their attacks. You will see these kind of barbs and personal exchanges more and more as we head to the elections.
Yes. In fact, let me get a response, from the TMC before I go across to Mr. Chandra Bose. Riju, respond to that. Is there now some amount of nervousness? You've lost far too many of your big names, and the BJP seems to be gaining ground at every stage.
See, Tanvi, I missed about it. See, it is not good practice of people leaving us, but you also have to understand that the people who are going, they are marred by corruption and they have been probed by state machinery, and they are going either because they are too ambitious or too greedy, or it is their personal call, and sometimes to protect their own selves also. We don't encourage it, but if we are is poaching these people who are marred by corruption, at the end of the day, it is BJP who has to look inside their own court of what kind of people they are getting. First of all, it is that, and secondly, I will just object to one thing Sandeep ji has said, that Mamata Banerjee has to contest from Nandigram to take on Shubhendu Adhikari. It is not true. Mamata Banerjee last year in 2016 elections also, she declared her candidature she started declaring candidates from the Nandigram only, because it's a seat of farmers agitation which was spearheaded by Mamata Banerjee herself. So she has named herself from there as the CM candidate because she wants to she has thrown the gauntlet and she wants to take the fight to BJP. And in retaliation, BJP still has not declared the CM candidate. Neither they have declared that Shubhendu Adhikari is Mamata Banerjee from Nandigram. So BJP roadmap and BJP's plans have been completely chopped by Mamata Banerjee taking the fight to them. So Mamata Banerjee, as it is, she is the only face for 294 constituency seats in Bengal. That is how TMC is structured. So it is now for the people's mandate. We are just waiting. It's just a waiting game. We are waiting for the people's mandate. And after 3 months, the people who have left, I'm sure most of these prodigal sons will anyways come back, and then our Supremo will take a call on it.
Let me get a response, as I say good evening to Mr. Chandra Bose. Mr. Chandra Bose, first up, do we really need this kind of a discourse in politics? The kind of sloganeering we saw in TMC rallies and BJP rallies about Goli Maro Gaddaron ko and the abuses that came along with it. Why is that required?
We don't support this kind of politics at all. This politics of violence in West Bengal must stop. And leaders from any party, if they are encouraging this, it should be condemned. You see, Bengal is a very peace-loving place. If you see the life of an ordinary Bengali, they don't want any sort of violence at all. But unfortunately, in the political arena, we have noticed violence right from the left front days. In fact, even prior to the left, prior to 1977, we had the Congress party in government. They also encouraged violence. And this has been the trend. But you see, once the Trinamool Congress came to power in 2011, they have mastered the art of violence. So this is not appreciated by the normal, ordinary citizen, Bengali citizen of, West Bengal. So I think people or political parties or political leaders who are encouraging violence, they would be completely rejected in the coming assembly elections. I think this is a warning that, the writing is on the wall. They should realize that this kind of violence or this kind of dialogue to incite violence is not appreciated by the ordinary citizens who are actually our voters, who would vote in the next election, who would bring in the new government. So this is not accepted or appreciated. Secondly, you see, I just heard the Trinamool Congress spokesperson saying that leaders who are leaving their party, they are, kind of corrupt leaders. But while they were there with your party, they were tall leaders. Just because they are leaving your party, you see, why are they leaving? Let us understand. You see, the people, the workers, the political activists who have been with the Trinamool Congress right from its inception, they have put in their bit. They have worked hard, but they feel frustrated because they are not allowed to really perform. They are not given their rightful dues. They are not getting their place to work for the people in their constituency. So that is why, in frustration, they are leaving the Trinamool Congress.
Well, unfortunately, I'm completely out of time. There was a bit of breaking news on top.
We should not take
over the farm laws, and which is why our schedule went a little haywire. And my apologies to all three of you, but hopefully another day we will have a more detailed conversation. In fact, I'm very, very sure we're going to have many, many more conversations with Sandeep Phukan and Mr. Bose, with you and Riju Datta as well. Fact of the matter is, viewers, contrary to what political party representatives may say, I don't think that this election is going to get any less violent or any better in its discourse. If anything at all, it is going to get worse. The parties know each other's strength. The parties also know the only way to take on each other is with a lot more aggression. And Bengal, a state which is famous for political violence, it isn't going to change overnight when it comes to that kind of political violence. Yes, of course, a large percentage of the voters may say that they want to choose a more peaceful election and a government, but it remains to be seen whether that can actually happen. So far, the Goli Maro Ko slogans, which were made last year in Delhi, have now begun to be heard on the streets of West Bengal. Let's wait and watch where it goes next from here. Thank you for joining us.